Good morning, folks. Good morning. Happy fall break to all you teachers out there. Happy World Teacher Day. Yay, you, for being a teacher in this crazy time, in this crazy world. What are you doing today? I'm getting ready to go to class. I've got some stuff that I need to do. So on my fall break, I'm going to class. Good morning, happy fall break, especially a good happy fall break to my students and happy fall break to my fellow teachers and staff out there who are hopefully enjoying this week. Yay you for getting out there and making a difference in this crazy world. Yay you're fantastic. What am I doing? I'm on my way to school. I'm on my way to class. I've got some things that I wanted to do and get lined up so that I don't have to stay as late when school starts back up. So that's my plan, and I will see you up there. I hope you all are doing fabulous and resting and relaxing. And thank you, teacher out there. Thank you, teacher. I thank you. Remember, take care of each other and take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really do. Hey folks, well, I decided to stop by this little store that I drive past every day on my way to work. It's normally pitch black because I leave about 5 a.m. and it's closed because it doesn't open until about 7 a.m. Hi! And I've been wanting to try it for a long time. It looks fantastic. It looks so cool. It's called the Dixie Cafe. Just like here. Take a look at that. Take a look at this road I travel on every day. Okay. They've got breakfasts, Irish groceries. I'm listening to my book on tape by Nora Roberts, Irish Thoroughbreds, on my way to work because I spend about an hour and 20 minutes every day driving. And it's worth it. It's totally worth it. Take a look at that hotel. Keene Springs. Look at that. Jason Hawes. You should check. I don't know if it's haunted or not, but if any place deserves to be haunted, that one should. It's got a sign over here. Let's take a look at it real fast. Keene Springs Hotel.
This two-story frame building was created by Mason Singleton. White sulfur water was discovered circa 1848. Its medicinal qualities made hotel and adjoining tavern popular summer resort of 1840s and 1850s. Captain G.L. Hosewait was its most noted host. This was place of safety during cholera panic in Lexington. Site sold to A. McTire in 1857 to F.S. Wilson in 1868. And apparently you can have parties, catering. Take a look at that beautiful building. I've driven by this. I've lived in the Kentucky area for decades. I've traveled back and forth from various places, but I've always come back here. And I've driven by this place so much. Yet, I never actually stopped here. Look at some of the stonework. Oh, that's just incredible. Incredible. So, since I'm going into work on my fall break, I thought I'm going to stop and I'm going to check out the Dixie Cafe, Irish groceries. Oh, cool. And check out some of that stonework. That is just beautiful. Beautiful, I'm telling you. So, I got my Diet Coke, got my Nora Roberts book on tape, and I am ready to head out to my school.
It is about an hour away from here. Totally worth it. I know a lot of people are like, Stephanie, how could you possibly choose a school so far away from where you live? There's a teaching shortage right now. Especially in Kentucky, there's a teaching shortage going on with the pandemic. A lot of teachers are struggling. They had an exceptionally difficult time through this pandemic, and they had a lot of extra pressures put on them. I was finishing my degree because I decided to go back into school, and I wanted to teach. I felt a calling to go back and teach. I love my students so much. And I think teachers are one of the unsung heroes of our country right now. They really are. You really are. If you're a teacher watching this, thank you. Nobody can do what you can do. I know that there's this mentality of those who can do, those who can't teach. We hear that. We hear that a lot. And it's not true. People who say that are clueless. So if you're one of those people, you're clueless. You have no idea about the structure and time management skills. I micromanaged my entire time while I was going to school and working full-time. And so I went to school Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And then I went to work 6 to 2 or 3, and work out that time and figure out when I'm gonna sleep, when I'm gonna see my family, when I'm gonna do my homework, when I'm gonna take a shower. But it was a really good thing, and I feel very blessed to have done it successfully. Thank you, Jesus, for helping me through that. Because I really learned how to micromanage my time into 7 and 15-minute increments. And if you're a teacher, I know you feel me on this. We micromanage our time from 7 to 15 minutes, and when we can go to the bathroom and when we can't, and how much time we can spend after school, how much time we can spend before school. I try to get to school about an hour before I'm supposed to be there. I have to be there at 7:20. I live an hour away, so do the math. I usually leave my house around 5. Sometimes I'll leave around 4:30. Sometimes I'll decide to sleep in and leave at 5:30. But that means that I get up between 3:30 and 4:30 every morning, Monday through Friday. So teaching is tough. It's a tough, noble job. I'm so blessed and proud that I found an incredible school. I had several awesome schools offer me positions. Some were a lot closer, but this particular school reached out to me immediately, and they showed me that they were truly student-centered, content-driven, and teacher-supportive. And that's what you need to find in a school. You deserve that. You deserve that. We're all there for the students. We're not there to make a paycheck, but we need a paycheck. We need a paycheck to survive. Just because you are passionate about something does not mean you should not be monetarily compensated. You absolutely should. It's another thing I hear a lot of people say is, oh, well, you chose this career. And I did. And I do. I still do. And I'm hoping to bring some awareness to what teachers go through, because we go through a lot. During my clinicals last year that I experienced during COVID, I saw teachers being asked to change their entire lesson plans, sometimes with a week's notice, sometimes within a day's notice. So when you do a lesson plan, especially as a new teacher, it can take me several hours to do a single lesson plan. Let me tell you about a lesson plan. Lesson plans, you want to work into stages. You have, in Kentucky, we focus on state standards of curriculum. So we start with a curriculum, we look at assessments, we might choose a specific standard that we're wanting to teach. I'm English Language Arts, ELA, 7th grade. So I look at my 7th grade language arts standards, and I see where my students should have been in the previous year and where I want them to be ready for the following year. So that takes some analysis. And then we do some pre-assessments to see where my students actually are. There is a learning gap because of COVID, where students have been out of school for a year and a half, essentially. Even though they were in school, it's a whole nother world. It's a whole nother world when you are trying to teach online, you are not going to get the same results, and we all need to be patient with our students because they are feeling the pain of that in their learning gap. We need to be incredibly empathetic to the parents who are often not trained to be teachers. Students are trained to be in a classroom working in groups with highly qualified teachers. And that was taken away from them. They were robbed of that through no fault of anybody out there, really. It's COVID's fault. We had to do what we had to do and to make it through. But parents had that thrust upon them too, and they weren't prepared for that. They had their jobs. They had to take care of their family. They didn't have time to do that. They had to stop what they were doing to help teach, and it actually does take education to be able to teach. Shocker. So parents, shout out to you all for doing what you have to do to make it through. You guys did a phenomenal job. I'm here to tell you that you did a phenomenal job trying to deal with everything that was going on. And teachers, God bless you too. Your whole world was turned upside down, inside out, and it has not returned yet. It's getting that way. It's moving in that direction, which is great. Hopefully you are in a district that supports you on that. I feel very blessed because I feel like I am in a district that is taking that into consideration with a lot of passion on my administrators and support staff's part. So thank you. You know who you are. Thank you very much, especially as a new teacher. There's a lot of extras that we have to do. I have a 50-minute class, and 5 minutes usually at the beginning is usually about the bell ringer, and 5 minutes at the end is usually about cleaning up so we can keep things sterilized and clean, because this, folks, COVID is still going on. We've still got its multiple variants, and regardless of how you feel about whether you are vaccinated, whether you are not, whether you think somebody should be vaccinated or whether you think they should not, setting all that aside, it's still out there, and we've got multiple variants, and so we are having to adjust on a daily basis. So a lot of grace needs to be thrown towards teachers' ways and parents' ways, and most importantly, the students' ways, and that is one of the things that I am focusing on. I love my students so much. I really care about them. I want them to be as successful as possible, and I want to help provide them a stronger foundation, help them understand their own metacognitive skills.
So with that, I stopped at this store. That was a long rambling. We got 12 minutes going on here. That was a long rambling. I got my Diet Coke. I'm ready for my hike. I got about an hour to go. I got to set up finish setting up my classroom. It is fall break, and it is still not fully set up because first year teacher, I have no money. So you're going to see what that looks like a little bit later on. And got to work on my lesson plans. My goal is to get we're just starting unit 2. It's a long unit. Our units are long. We have 6 for the whole year, so it's taking just about 6 to 8 weeks to get through an entire unit. So I'm going to spend some time working on my unit, working on my student desks, getting them into reading group order, because I'm still trying to social distance my students and keep their lessons when they do need to interact. It's under, they say 15 minutes. I do it 10 just to be on the safe side. My lessons tend to be about 7 minutes long, so I try to have two activities for them to do where they can move around and be a part of this experience called learning. So I was telling you about lesson planning. I'm going to get into that in another video because I just do not have time. This is a new channel, and I don't know how much time I have to make a video post. I think I'm stuck at 15 minutes. New world for me. I usually do unboxings on a different channel, and for some reason I can upload videos for hours on there, but not on this one, so maybe it's because it's new. So if you are new to my channel, help a girl out, like and subscribe, and I will be happy to take you on this educational journey of what it's like to be a teacher. Peace out, Cub Scout. Remember, take care of each other and take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really do. Shout out to all my peeps out there. You know who you are, and I'll do some specific shout outs a little bit later. Flop, 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 flop.